Let's try this again. Take two. Happy Wednesday, friends. It is WIP Wednesday. I was recording. I was about 4 minutes in, and my camera just stopped recording. I don't know what's going on. My phone's been acting weird. My computer's been acting weird. Our internet's been acting weird. So, I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So today has been crazy, stressful, busy. We've been battling the good old summer ant army. But thankfully, I have a really good spray that's plant-based that we use when this happens. We find the hole they're coming in and then plug the hole. And then I also found out that black pepper, just your basic spice from your kitchen, works too. So I sprayed that all over sprinkled it all over my daughter's room, along with the spray. So yes, let's pray that we have this under control finally. It's been 2 days, 2 nights of battling this. And I just lost a cat in the closet. So, how was everybody's Wednesday? I hope it was much better than mine. Like I said, mine was it was a hot mess all the way around. More cleaning got done. I did my grandson's room today. Completely reset all that. And then the battle of the ants. Joy, joy. So anyways, I just have a couple of whips to show you. Nothing spectacular. And then a new crochet book that just came out about a week ago. And a new to me yarn that I bought at Big Lots. Because I'm sure, as many of you have heard, a lot of Big Lots are going out of business. And unfortunately, ours, that is literally walking distance from my apartment, is going out of business, which is going to suck because I relied on them a lot, especially during the holidays. There's other ones in our area that are staying open, but unfortunately they're a little bit of a drive. That's okay. That's okay. So they had some yarn there, and I mean a lot of yarn. But I was trying to be mindful. I didn't really want to buy too much because of our upcoming trip, and I'm really out of room for storing yarns. So I only bought one skein, but it's a big skein. And it's a red heart, but like I said, it's new to me. So let's actually start with that. I gotta grab it. Total Butterfingers. So this is the yarn. It is Red Heart Comfort. It's not as rough as some Red Hearts. It is a little rough. This is the color Jewel Print. And it is 649 yards. It's a medium 4. Oh. Sorry, I didn't want to yawn on camera. That was really rude of me. It is 100% acrylic, machine wash and dryable. 5.5 millimeter crochet hook and a 4.5 millimeter knitting needle are the recommendations. I'm trying to see, because I know sometimes there's dates on these things, but I don't see a date on this. But anyway, so this was priced at $3.99, but because of their going out of business sale, it was 20% off. So I think it was 20% off. I paid $3.49 for this, and it retails for $9.99. And apparently you can still buy this yarn online. I didn't know. This is a new to me yarn. But you can see all the different colors. It's really pretty. I like it. And I bought this with fall in mind because fall's coming up. So for fall projects, I might put this on my looms and make pumpkins. I'm not a huge fan of the crocheted pumpkins. I've tried them and I just don't like the way they come out. I prefer the loom knitted ones. So, oh, so hot here. So hot and humid. Okay, so I've been working on that scarf I told you about. This is that scarf. I am using a bigger hook, or no, what is the recommended hook on this? I'm using a smaller hook, I think. Yes, I'm using a 4.5mm hook. This calls for a 5mm hook. Again, this is a medium 4. It is the Ferris wheel yarn from Lion Brand, and it's in the color Morning Java. And as I'm working this up, now you can see, even with using a smaller hook, this is still going to be nice and drapey, which is what I want, because I'm making this for my best friend's dad, and I'm going to make it really long so he can just wrap it continuously. But if you look at this, it gives you, like, you think about all the shades of your coffee in the morning. I think this is just working up so beautifully. So there is that. Like I said, this one I'm not pressed for because I'm just doing this in half double crochets, and then I'm going to put a little bit of fringe on the end of the each end of the scarf. So I'm not pressed for time on it just because it's a super quick, easy crochet item. So, and then the other thing I'm working on, if you're familiar with Sarah from Repeat Crafter Me, she is doing the under the sea crochet along blanket for this year. That is her theme, is under the sea. And so I started working on the squares, and I do need to block them. This one's not completely done yet. I still have 2 more rows to do. So you put like the little, hey, come here, not in my yarn, baby. Sorry, I found my cat. He was trying to get in my yarn. Anyways, so if you look, the blue in the middle is supposed to be the water bubble. And then she just used, for hers, a solid blue around. But I am using a colorway from Red Heart called, I think it's Peacock. Well, here's the one that's, no, sorry, it's Macaw. It's Macaw. So this is what I'm using. There's that. And everybody's familiar with Red Heart Jumbo, so. But this is what I'm using for my outer part of it. And then, so each one's going to have a sea creature on it. Every month there's a different sea creature, which I still need to make the sea creatures. I've only made January, which was a starfish, and that's it. But that'll be another day's problem. But what I'm going to do with some of the squares, I'm actually going to double up how many squares I make for that. And I'm going to swap the colors around. So on some of the squares, I'm going to make with no sea creatures and just the bubble in the square. And the light blue will be on the outside, and the peacock, or the macaw, will be on the inside. So swap them around like that. And then this is the book I wanted to show you. So I don't know if any of you know who the Naughty Boss is. She has an Instagram page, and I've been following her for, probably maybe a year or 2 now. And some of her tips and techniques are just amazing. And then I found out that, like, it's tips and tricks that my brain can understand. So like tackling seams, that's one thing you can do. But I found out she was going to have a book coming out, and I'm like, I need to get this book because I know it's going to be helpful. And so this was off of Amazon. I want to say I paid $19.99 for it. And it was worth every penny. It is worth every penny. It is, what is it? 157 pages long. Talks about the author in the back. And then there's also, she gives you a guide for abbreviations, choosing the best hook, how much yarn do you need, hook sizes, steel hook sizes, US to UK conversion, choosing the best hook. I think she is in the UK, so it's in the section of the back of the book called Crochet Cheat Sheet. Tells you how to simply block your squares, which will be helpful for me because I'm going to need to block all those under the sea squares. They are just a mess without it. How to crochet fringe, reverse single crochet border, twisted single crochet border, no-sew joins, invisible seam stitch, stitch joins like the whip stitch, amigurumi essentials, which is something I am venturing into, so it tells you everything that you're going to need. Tells you how to close the gaps, like when you, especially when you're making, like, a, say for example, a snowman, and you stuff the top of it and you need to seam it up, so it tells you how to close the gaps. It tells you how to do a clean stripe when you're switching yarn colors, so without having that jagged edge in between your color switching. Stacked stitches is another one that's on here. Smooth side edges, because I know getting that smooth side edge is kind of hard sometimes. Talks about turning chains and how to not have those gaps at the end of your turning chains. How to keep it even from curling. Foundation stitches, so it tells you the foundation single, double, half double, double, and treble, your triple crochet. A knotless start when you're starting your chain. Invisible needle join, joining knots, the magic knot, weaver's knot. Talks about your stitch markers and other supplies you may need for crochet. Yeah, so it's got a whole notions and tools section. Bulky yarn from a single skein yarn, so how to get bulky yarn from basically just doubling up your basic 3 or 4 weight yarns. Yeah, so anyways, here is the and it even tells you about your hooks. Talks about different hooks at the beginning. Talks about different yarn at the beginning. I know what I'm looking for and I can't find it because my pages are sticking together because this book is brand new. So there are the table of contents. And again, this is the book. I purchased it off of Amazon. So, highly recommended, especially if you're just starting out. It is a great beginner book. And it's simple. There's not like a whole bunch of explanations or anything like that. So with that, friends, I'm going to get off of here. This video went way longer than I thought it was going to. I still got to figure out something for dinner, and it is 10 o'clock at night. I might just have a bowl of cereal and call it a night. But anyhow, I'm going to add a picture in here somewhere. It might be my thumbnail of Shadow, my old man. He was out and about today while I was cleaning my grandson's room, and after I got done, and because I vacuumed the whole patio door screen, and as soon as I did that and I had the 2 fans blowing right on him, he was just laid out on the bedroom floor there. So I'm gonna insert that probably as my thumbnail, make it easier. So anyhow, friends, I'm gonna get off of here tomorrow. So real quick, just to recap of my weeks, I'm going to do Table Talk Tuesday, WIP Wednesday, and Thursdays I'm thinking are going to be Thrifty Thursdays. And it's not necessarily going to be just yarn. It could be any craft project using items from around your home that you already have in your home without having to go and purchase something from the store. So pray for me on this, because this is how I want to do my YouTube channel. I've really prayed about it and thought about it, and I think this is going to be the easiest way to go. So anyways, yes. Remember, God loves you. Be kind, be blessed. I love you, and I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, friends.